life does not make you bougie. Hey, y'all, welcome in. Thanks for tuning in. Let's jump right into it. We should have standards. Standards are levels of quality or attainment, and we should have those. Stay away from people who try to humble you and tell you that you do not need standards. Because, see, the goal is to be learning here. Like, when you know better, do better. Of course, if you don't know any better, then you can't do better. But the more you learn, the more you know, the more you grow, you are supposed to improve. I don't know why some people are obsessed with people staying the same, never changing their mind, and just never having any growth, when the goal of life is to grow and learn. You're supposed to do better. You can develop standards. Things that I stood for back in the day, I'm not standing for now. It'll never fly. Never fly with me. So if a person wants certain things to fly, they're going to go have to find that person whose standards aren't that high. Because I'm not the one. But I wasn't always like that. I used to be the one. Whose standards were low, or maybe I didn't have any standards. Now I have all the standards, okay? Because I know better. Also, don't explain yourself. Let people adjust or not. Not everybody's going to get it, okay? Goodbye. Move on to the next. It's not your job to try to make them get it. Either they adjust to your standards or they make another choice. Just like a fancy restaurant is never going to bring its prices down to the same level of a fast food restaurant. It just won't happen. And I know that's a crazy analogy here in 2025 when everything is high in price. But as high as a fast food restaurant is, I can't believe a fast food meal is more than $8, but it is. But as high as a fast food meal is, best believe that restaurant is going to raise its prices. It's not going to come down to meet that. No, it's not. Look, and if it did, I would be questioning it like, maybe they're not all that, because that restaurant right there got the same prices as that fast food joint. So look, in my mind, I'm thinking it must not be, all of that. So see, that's exactly how people will perceive you if your standards are not high or at a good enough level. So I want you to practice asking yourself, is this beneath me? Is it beneath me? And also practice when you experience something that is not up to your standard, I want you to practice saying, this is beneath me. Practice telling yourself that. That's what I do. Sometimes I giggle when I say it because it just sounds funny. But I can be experiencing something that is just not up to my standards. And I'm like, this is beneath me. And sometimes I might say it. If somebody says, where you going? Oh, girl, I'm leaving because this right here is beneath me. And see, there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you bougie. And I mean, so what if somebody does say it makes you bougie? So what? Bougie's not a bad word. It means like high class or higher class. And although I'm not saying that, things have to be upper echelon for me, it's just some things that I'm not doing anymore because I used to do them, or I used to put myself through that. And as far as I have come and as far as I have grown, I'm just not putting myself through that. So if that makes me bougie, then so be it. All right, so just so you can get an idea of what I'm talking about, I'm going to share with you some experiences that I feel are beneath me, and they may or may not surprise you. Number one, people who stand me up. All right, getting stood up is beneath me. Once I experience that from someone, I don't deal with them on that level anymore. I'm not saying that I cut the person off, because I don't. Yeah, there are people who stand you up, and they are great people. It's just that they are not reliable people. So I don't make plans with them anymore, because getting stood up is beneath me. I've dealt with enough of that back in the day when people said they were going to be somewhere. I bought them a ticket to like a concert, and here comes the day of the concert and they get ghosted. Don't hear from them. And yeah, it pisses me off that I done spent my money, and sometimes I've gotten it back, sometimes I have not gotten it back. But what really pisses me off is thinking that I'm going to have someone go with me, and now I got to go by myself, or scramble around last minute to try to get someone to go in the place of them. I don't like that. And I dealt with that from certain people in my past who would stand me up. Now, let's be clear. If you can't make it, you can't make it. But let it be known, I don't like when people play games with me. If you know you're not going, call as soon as you can, text as soon as you can. It could be the morning of. But as long as you are straight with me and say, hey, girl, I'm not going to be able to make it. I care, but I don't really care what the reason why is. You've been straight up and you've been upfront with me. You've let me know you can't make it. Now I know that I got to find somebody else to use your ticket. But don't just disappear. Because when you disappear, I know that you're playing games, and I know that you're sitting up trying to make an excuse, and you just don't want to go, and you're being trifling. And I don't like that. So when people do that to me, my time is valuable. And I thought that you had to be doing something so important to say that back in the day, like, oh, my time is valuable. But no, everybody's time is valuable. You spend money on hair, nails, outfit. You spend time at the spa. You spend time getting ready. You spend energy, thinking that you're going to have this experience and making plans and everything for somebody just to play a game with you and stand you up. No, that is beneath me. I won't have it. I won't tolerate it. No, you stand me up and you don't have no good excuse, I will never make a plan with you again. And look, I will love you to death. I will talk to you on the regular. I will share things with you. I will love you down. But try to make a plan with me after you done stood me up. Girl, I don't believe you because you stand people up. Nope, I ain't going. Nope, not having it. It's beneath me. Make a plan with somebody else. I'll do everything but make a plan with you. Number 2, people who play mind games. And that kind of ties into getting stood up. People who say they're going to do one thing and then do another. People who act like they're going to do something and then don't do it, or either change their mind last minute and don't let you know. See, awareness is everything. That's like you disrespecting me when you just play those mind games and then act like you just so unaware. Like, oh, I didn't know. Oh, you knew. You knew. Be straight up. Be open. Just like, girl, I don't feel like doing it. I'm not doing it. I can respect that, but what I can't respect is somebody that tries to play games with you. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to go. I don't know. Knowing daggone well what you done set your mind on. Just be straight up with me. So once I figure out somebody's playing mind games and trying to be manipulative, that's beneath me. It's a no-go. Liars. Liars are beneath me. Because once you grown and lying, why? Who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to appear to that you're one way, but you're totally another. It's just whack. I don't like liars. So once I figure out somebody is a liar and they've lied to me on multiple occasions and they're really just, going along with the lie, I pull back. This person and this experience, this lying, that's beneath me. I don't roll like that. Number 4 is things that are ghetto. Things that are ghetto. And when I say ghetto, I mean things that are not well organized, things that are raggedy, things that are unprofessional. That is ghetto. Not to be confused with hood. Hood is totally different. I enjoy ratchet music, and I do like to participate in some hood activities. Okay? I'm from the hood. Ghetto is a totally different experience. I don't do things that are ghetto. Things that are raggedy and unorganized and just unprofessional and all over the place, that is ghetto to me. And that is beneath me. Number 5, things that just don't make sense. Things that just don't make sense. For example, everybody's drinking. Someone may not be up to or capable of taking everyone home. So it makes sense that they would call an Uber or you would call an Uber. Okay? So things that don't make sense are beneath me. Like just being wasted and driving. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. No, you're risking people's lives. Okay? Doing things that are unnecessary like that. Things that just don't make sense. Okay? Uber exists for a reason. It exists for a reason. Lyft exists for a reason. Number 6, explaining myself, especially having to explain my no. If it's not a direct need or something that is life-altering and it's just something that I don't want to do, then I should be able to say no and not have to explain it. Now, once someone digs and digs and digs and wants me to explain my no when I don't have to, no, that is beneath me. I don't have to explain that to you. Now, I'm not going to be a complete a-hole and just say, no, I'm not explaining myself to you for every situation. But if it's something that does not need to be explained because I want to keep things private and I express that to you, please stop asking me for further details. Because now at this point, explaining myself is beneath me. Number 7, oversharing, especially with random people. Now this would get me every time. Like I said, I used to be in the public sector. I've worked in the private sector too before. But for some reason in the public sector, there's an obsession with your coworkers getting to know you. I can honestly say when I first got out of college and, got my first job, I didn't mind oversharing. It was just, I didn't care. I just felt like I was an open book. Ask me anything. I'll tell you anything. I felt like life was getting to be exciting. I was making some money. I was happy. I didn't mind telling my business until it grew to bite me in the butt. And then I understood why people always said, do not overshare, especially on the job. Don't share all your business with everybody. They don't need to know it. It needs to be on a need-to-know basis. Everyone doesn't need to know who you're dating. They don't need to know if you're single, if you're married, if you're this, if you're that, what you do on the weekends, what your favorite hobbies are. Now, those type of questions, when people ask those types of questions, like you're in a group setting and it's kind of work-based. I mean, it has its moments. Now, clearly, if you've joined a group and it's a group of, people in your field and you voluntarily can offer information if you want to, that's fine. But I'm talking about places that have nothing to do with this. Okay, we're doing a totally separate job that does not require everyone to get to know me. So you all don't need to know my deepest and darkest secrets. You don't need to know what's one of the favorite things they like to ask. What would you be doing if you weren't in this position? Why? So you can get some insight over my personality. How many years have you been? No, you don't need to know all that. Just know, hey, my name is Kay and I work here. And I speak and you can speak back and I'm smiling and I'll help you with anything that you need help with. But you don't need to know my personal life. You don't need to know all of my immediate family members and where they work. And that stuff right there can get dangerous. I have seen it happen. I have a story time for that. When my name and phone number was in a staff directory and someone lied on me and someone's girlfriend was calling my phone making threats. And I had no idea what was going on because I was not dealing with the guy, her boyfriend, that she thought I was dealing with. What happened was someone had told a lie. He told a lie. And his girlfriend got my number from the directory, thought she had put two and two together and was threatening me. I can't make this stuff up. So oversharing, especially in places like the workplace, beneath me. Number 8, dirty spaces. Dirty spaces. I'm not going to eat in a dirty space. I'm not going to eat in someone's dirty house. I'm not going to eat in a dirty restaurant. I will walk out if the bathroom is trash. I'll walk out if the restaurant stinks. I'll walk out if the floor is extra dirty, or sometimes if it's greasy, the table is greasy. I really don't like eating by the bar because fruit flies like to hang out at the bar. And sometimes it's not because the bar is dirty. Sometimes it's because, fruit is at the bar, so it's going to draw fruit flies. I used to bartend, so I know. And that doesn't mean it's dirty, but because I used to bartend, I know the smell of a dirty bar rag. A rag that has been used, that is soured, that has not been cleaned in days, weeks. If I walk into an establishment and I smell that the tables have been cleaned with a dirty rag, that is beneath me, and I'll leave that restaurant. I'm not eating there. That's just nasty. So in conclusion, my loves, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for listening. Here's some tidbits that you can take away. It's not that we think we are better than the person per se, but we are better than the experience. And we are better than the behavior that some people display. That's my point I want to drive home. Not better than the person, but better than the behavior that they display. Better than the weak experience that some people and things try to give us, try to force on us, try to push on us. So stop playing it small, okay? It's good to have standards. It's not okay. It's great to have standards. You should have standards. It could save your life. It could save your sanity. It will save your life and sanity. Also, everything is going to cost you. Everything is going to cost you. So when you think you're getting away with a freebie, or you think you're taking a cheap way out and lowering your standards because you don't want to do too much, either way, it's going to cost you. Think about it. Ladies, either you're going to pay your own money for that expensive drink and you're going to walk around all night with nobody in your face, or you're going to let that dude buy it for you because you don't want to spend your money, and now you got to worry about him sticking up under you all night like he done did something, like he done bought you just because he bought you a drink. Now he's on your back, on your line, and on your nerves. So either way, it's going to cost you. I don't know about you, but I'd rather just pay for my own drink. Okay? Leave me alone. Y'all be safe.